edition was much more cinematic.
It was?
I thought so. Everybody had cool things they could do. And it was built such that when you got a bunch of different characters together, there were a whole bunch of new possibilities that they could do by working together. Plus, I got to be a paladin. That was fun, because paladins are made of...
Well, you couldn't be a paladin 5th edition?
I wouldn't be made of healing surges then.
Healing surges?
Healing surges was a 4th edition healing mechanic, which restores 25% of your hit points.
That was pretty cool.
That's a lot of math.
Yeah.
When you get in percentages...
Yeah,
it's
okay.
a quarter.
It's not
as... 4.
It definitely wasn't as much math as 3.5 or Pathfinder.
There's a lot of math in 3.5. The problem with 3.5 is like, oh, you gotta add this, minus this, then add that, and then add this, and then you have to do this. And if you're just not right on the board, then you messed up. You gotta do all the math again. But I don't want to do math again. Too bad. You forgot to add your thing. Damn it! No wonder why I missed that. Or is it undead? Do I get a bonus? Is it a giant? Do I get another bonus?
Oh my god. I'm trying to play Pathfinder with Tim, and he's listing off all the modifiers while I'm trying to do math, and I'm just like, dude...
Chill.
There is zero chance that I can keep track of all of this. And if there is a game system that defies your ability to keep track of all the factors, then it's too fucking complicated.
But then you got the people who are so used to playing that edition, and they love it, and they swear by it, that playing other editions, it's like Venom.
That's Tim.
It's also with Ian.
Oh yeah, he's a little salty about 5e.
Oh yeah. I don't have a mind about 5e. I think 5e's done well. I mean, there's a couple irritations I have with it, but it is what it is. You know?
It's 3.5.5, but...
Well, 2nd edition is the edition I started at, but I didn't go heavily into 2nd edition. I only knew, like, the bare bones of 2nd edition. And I always had trouble with Thaco. Because I think reverse already, and I don't need to try to think, and I'm already trying to think forward, so when I'm trying to figure out Thaco, my brain's like, alright, how do I do this backwards again? Do I need to get...
I had to learn that there was no backwards.
But then I was introduced to 3.5, well, 3.0 actually. 3.0. Then I was told to burn that book. Because that's not the right book.
We played like a few sessions of 2nd edition. Enough to get through the frame story of Return of the Tomb of Horrors and to the actual Tomb of Horrors, where Nissa had to start converting the 1st edition dungeon to 2nd edition. And then we started playing with my friend Al, who ran us in 3.0, but almost immediately switched to 3.5.
Which, it's a fair switch.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I think that was while 3.5 was still, like, new. It was just starting to come out.
Oh, so you played D&D when I was playing D&D. But I was in high school.
Yep. It was very early 2000s.
Yeah, very early. So you've been playing as long as I have. Hooray!
Kids.
Hey, 3.5 is what we knew. I got used to second edition. Second edition wasn't too
Yeah, I
hard.
remember the day of the 3.5 and hanging out in the comic book store while I was in college and leafing through the 3.5 book, amazed by all the artwork. Had colors and shapes and wasn't just line drawings.
Yeah, there was a lot of line drawings. I still have the second edition book over here. So there it is. I have the second edition book over here. And it wasn't exactly colorful. There was some color. There was some color.
Yeah, but third edition artwork was glorious by comparison.
Oh, yeah. They're like... This is the time where it was bought by Wizard of the Coast, right?
I'm not sure.
I could pull up the second edition book right now. What is that sound in the background? And can you please quiet it down?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I got it.
I don't want copyright. Oh, it's buried behind books and more books. You know what's ironic? It's buried. The 3.5 editions are burying the second edition book. But one of my favorite images on the second edition, the advanced one, was under the Ranger was this guy in a hood in the snowy area looking up, and you can see a track of a giant eagle or something like that. And that's what made me kind of want to be like, I want to play a Ranger from now on. How do I teach these kids?
Oh my god.
Now, what has me wanting to play Ranger is having played with Steven.
So,
Yes.
oh god, yeah. Ranger 5th edition, the revamped, is actually really cool. I don't think Steven was playing that one though.
No, he was playing the PHB Ranger.
Which was amazing. Steven made an awesome Ranger.
That one's true.
Yeah, now you've got shortcuts to greatness like Gloomstalker.
On that, I think there's Rangers are different. Are interesting. All right. So, Matt, what was your first character? Your first class?
I was a thief.
Huh.
I was a half elf thief.
Not bad.
Either elven or half elven. His name was Corwin. He almost immediately got vaporized by an artifact, and then I immediately replaced him with a similar character named Quinn. She was a lot sassier. And in fact, the rogue that I played last week with y'all is named after both of those characters.
Mitch, what was your first character?
Oh man.
It's like I've been playing D&D forever. It's been a long time. Come on, everyone that remembers their first character usually.
There was an elf, and he had a name, but I don't remember what his original name was. Eventually, it became Presto the elf.
Presto the elf.
Nice.
You played one of the D&D original classes where class was elf was a class, right?
That's right.
Yep. Those were the days that I don't know about. I think I might have an actual classical Dungeons and Dragons that's not second edition book somewhere. I have a bunch of books. old school. There's some games like Stormbringer that I have, or Tinker's Dam. I don't know. My first character was a human wizard. I don't remember his name, but it was a human wizard in this first campaign, and it's just. And that was the first character I ever made, and then I became the DM after all that. Years of DMing. Never had a character.
My first character was a human wizard named Stilmar.
Stilmar. Interesting. It better not be like my wizard who did like Dimensional Door and Teleport.
No, he died at first level. So.
Oh, good. Was it?
My second character was his brother, also named Stilmar.
Stilmar. It's funny. I don't care who. Whoa. I don't care who you are. That's funny. Those were the days. Hey, you guys want to play second edition?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
I may have a character already made.
Oh, already? Well, you get 3d6.
Yeah.
Hardcore mode.
That was the rule.
Oh yeah, the number you rolled in second edition, that's the number you got. You know? That was the number. The number. All right.
There
So
were some alternate rules, alternate die rolling methods.
there were,
The DMG. Yeah.
but that's the original.
And the second edition of DMG, there was dice rolling methods.
I see you rolled a 3. Well, I hope that's not your first roll, because you have a strength of 3.
Suggest you don't go for barbarian.
I'm gonna play a warrior or a barbarian. Barbarians weren't until second edition. What's it?
They had Barbarian first edition.
What edition?
AD&D.
Oh, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
See, I never played that one.
Second edition was still AD&D.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, you can actually use that one with the other one. Like, I have a monster manual that's AD&D that I got. So I don't remember where I got it, but I found it. It's in one of those old giant like the pages you used the punch holes and you would set them in the notebook kind of thing, you know. What do they call them? A folder, I guess you could call it. And you can buy the inserts and put them in, if I remember correctly, to add more monsters to it.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do. They used to sell the inserts for the monsters. You bought the base folder, and then you would put and you would have a certain amount of monsters, but if you wanted more, you can add more to it. And each new class had its own little booklet.
They do that with almost all the games these days, but that was the first one that did that.
What is that sound?
Player's Handbook, Rose Handbook.
Oh, God. Now they clump them all together. I mean, you still gotta get, like, oh, if you want to add more, me have RP dice, yet me know how to use them in game. Also, hi. Well, Cross, if you pay attention enough to our campaigns, you can understand which each dice is used. Generally, any dice that's lower than a 20 is usually used for damaged or rolled on a chart. But generally damage. Like a rogue back in the day would use a 1d4. Or a wizard would use a 1d4 for their HP. I think that's still the rule in 5th edition.
No.
No? It's a 1d6?
D6 now.
Oh. Well then.
No, I remember my 2nd edition wizard. He used cantrips to grow himself a long white beard because old wizards are scary and young wizards get knocked out by house cats.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't want to fight a badger. That's a nightmare. You run into a badger. Go away. One house cat can slaughter a whole town.
Yeah,
Depends on who gets
I
you
haven't
shot.
read Pet Cemetery, but I've heard it's good.
Matt. No, literally, in the stat blocks for a villager versus a cat can slaughter a whole village.
Yeah, especially if the villager isn't a very good player and the cat is Incineroar.
No, Matt. This is 2nd edition we're talking about, and 1st edition and all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Incineroar wasn't in 1st edition.
Why you, Matt?
Well, gonna go, bye, click.
I did my routine. Oh. All the yucks. Yuck, 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 yuck. Stop your snoring. I'll throw an object at you.
Yeah.
Wake me up inside. All right. So,
Hey, wait before you go.
before you go.
I ain't planning on playing solo.
I ain't planning to go solo and take me dancing tonight. Whatever. Anyways, so last time. Damn it, my lights are being all effy. Sorry, having technical issues. There we go. Alright, last time. Who remembers what happened last time? Who wants to regale the story?
We were down in the Drow Caves. And we found the smashed city.
Mm-hmm.
And some robots had found us.
Mm-hmm.
Took them all out fairly handily. And we went to see if there were any survivors. Then we found a really, 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 really big robot.
Yeah.
It wasn't in disguise either.
Well, he was disguised as a horse with a cannon on his back. As big as a mountain. But other than that, no. You need to be really, really good at folding to get down to, like, giant truck size.
Cybertronian mass displacement technology actually off-shunts excess mass into a pocket universe, so that, sorry.
Oh, man.
That explains the cassette tape.
Yes! That's how people can carry around Soundwave.
I always
Sort of on their
wondered.
shoulder. Yep.
I always wondered that.
Mass displacement technology. It's very similar to what Ray Palmer does with the white dwarf matter in his belt when he becomes the atom.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll have to use that at some point. In a D&D campaign. Maybe in a futuristic one. Maybe if we ever play Starfinder.
That could be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
I would like to play Starfinder at one point.
Anyway, we actually, against all historic practices, did the sensible thing and bugged out.
I mean, there was only 3 of us in a familiar bat, so... I mean, 4 of us, including Erica. So, probably...
Yes.
Discretion.
We can recognize overwhelming odds, but they have to be really, really, really obvious ones.
Yes.
I think you could have took it on. And some of you might have died.
Yeah.
But I don't think you want that on your deathbed.
Yeah, no,
I'd rather save a universe that has a giant horse robot in it than not save a universe.
Yeah, we can always go back after we complete the main quest.
Yeah, I mean, look how long I let that pyramid sit around.
Yeah.
So after that, we met up with Gimbal. Gave him one of the power sources we've removed. Well, actually, gave him all the power sources we removed from the robots. He took the large one, shrunk it down, put it in the minivan. It was a full-size van at the moment. And then we took the minivan to our ship as a test flight. Gimbal went home after leaving us the keys. And we got a good night's sleep before heading out for the island.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think that's all of the details.
Yeah.
That's all the ones Percy cares about.
Well, I mean, there was nothing... All the minute details for there. I mean, the combat at least takes an hour to do.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there you are. If I remember correctly, you sleep on the ship. Because sleeping in town is ill-advised.
Yeah.
Unless someone really wants to.
Not I.
Nah. So, here's a good question for y'all. Who's flying the ship?
Rick?
He is the captain.
Who's flying the van? Who knows how to drive? Besides Gimbal.
I guess we know who's driving.
Do you know how to use land vehicles, even though it's technically a flying one?
Rick knows how to use land, air, and sea vehicles.
Oh, nice. You are a talent of all talents.
Yeah, also, we have a couple different bards here, so they can jack of all trades it if Rick's not available.
Yeah, or I can do it for 10 minutes.
Right? Use that knowledge boost.
Yep.
Nice.
Good to know. I just want to know who has to make the rolls, that if you have to dodge anything in midair and all that, you know?
Fortunately, we have power steering.
I just want to know it doesn't have any attacking. So there's that.
I can open the sunroof and jump out with my crossbow.
Ah! That works.
Well, if I had a crossbow, it would work.
Oh. Right. Did I install a sunroof? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure a moonroof comes standard.
Okay. If it's standard, then we'll put one. It has one.
Well, you gotta remember who built it too.
It's true that. Jeez, one of my hairs is like going up. It made me look weird.
At least you
It
have
did.
there.
Oh, that! No. No. Don't make me feel guilty. Don't.
Duly noted.
Don't do it. I only have so much sympathy.
And I shall find out exactly how much using science.
That's evil science. Calm it down. Oh. Or, ha-ha. Better. Better, my child. So, what is your plan of attack? How are we doing this?
It's probably I should kind of give some context.
It's a go.
There's this whole thing that I have whenever anyone asks me where I'm from, that I tell them a story, and it's always a different story.
Well, of course, you've got to do these things right.
Yeah. And I mean, at one point I was from a planet called Escher 8. That was fun. At one point I was from a magical cloud kingdom with ponies and bears that care.
Oh my.
Yeah. But okay, here's the deal. The reason you don't see a lot of multiple-tailed flying foxes running around is I'm pretty much one of a kind. There are quite a bit of, talking foxes in the world, if you go to the right places. But, A, multiple tails, that's a little hard to come by. And B, flying, well, that one's just me. The thing of it is the Kitsunes were a Fey-descended race that were hunted pretty much to extinction.
Wait.
For one reason or another.
Wait. Are you related to the Rama family? Kubi? Trying to remember their names.
No, I'm sorry. Phylogenetically, anthropomorphic foxes and kitsunes are completely different species, despite our superficial external resemblance. I almost understood what I just said, but anyway,
It's like,
I'm sure they're lovely people. Yeah.
Robin and Marianne.
We were pretty much hunted to extinction for various reasons. Superstition being one of them.
Sport.
Our tails were considered lucky.
Sport.
Sport. Some people were convinced that we would possess people.
You don't? I mean, no.
I've never tried. But the thing of it is my mom was one of the last survivors of my species. She was royalty. She was a princess. She managed to escape to safety, because she had been given this magical guitar. I don't know who from. I don't know where, but she knew that the guitar would give her safe passage into this floating island that would get her off of the earth off of Ugarth, essentially, and away from the races that hunted us. And she managed to discover that the winged elves that lived on the flying island were almost scarier in their own way. This xenophobia that's built into their culture is very, very deep roots, very sunk in. But she managed to return the guitar to the family it belonged to. And the man of the house, so to speak. And she fell in love. And the interspecies romance was kind of frowned upon. So when I was born, I was kept a secret. And he had to keep Mom, her name was Suki, hidden away so that she wouldn't also be sent down to live in the catacombs deep within the island with the other undesirables. When we were discovered, my mom was killed. I was beaten within an inch of my life, and I barely managed to escape with the guitar. Only the fact that I could fly like the winged elves allowed me to escape safely. So as we approach this place, we have to exercise absolute caution, because we are not their race, we are not their species, and even me with 50% of their genetics, I'm considered flawed and frowned upon. I can help you navigate the place, but we have to keep a low profile. Perhaps further complicating matters is this kind of ongoing thing we have with Irminsul, and he'll gesture to Quinn at this point. She'll kind of roll her eyes and nod. And every city, every civilization above a certain size across the entire face of the planet has one of these seeds of destruction buried in it, so that the void can annihilate that civilization when it deems it's time to do so. So while simultaneously figuring out how to get through the city to secure your air orb and sort out that mess, we have to consider the possibility that one of those seeds is also kicking around the place and could present a problem in its own right. And that's my story.
Sounds like some kind of side quest.
Hey, as long as we're taking you on for your gifts and your knowledge, we might as well help you out with your quests.
Well,
That guitar makes it your quest.
thank you.
Besides, what kind of friends would we be if we didn't look after other people?
Yeah. Given my background, it's a little weird for me to get adjusted to that. It was weird with Irminsul, it's weird with you guys, but I mean, I'm not unappreciative.
You guys are gonna all need boots of elven kind.
What does that have to do with anything?
I believe it is in reference to some of our relative lack of stealth. However, I quite like the boots I'm already wearing.
I think flying is going to be more relevant to our talking our way out of any situations we encounter than not leaving footprints.
We might be at a disadvantage when talking to them, so there's always that. I heard a car.
It's a minivan.
A vehicle.
Someone get it up to full size so we can get in.
Donning of the gloves. Puts them on. And then he expands it like a window tab.
Like Minority Report.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know. I said a window tab because that's all I can think of that would be a good reference.
yeah.
So how we going to how y'all gotta go out about do this now? You just gonna drive up there?
I don't suppose a ship this small's got a cloaking device.
We used to have some arcanists on board.
An Arcanist?
Actually, I've got my original ship manifest somewhere here.
We can manifest it.
Ow.
Oh, nifty. Ooh, nifty. Sorry, I saw something. But are we taking the van?
We are taking the van.
Okay.
So I don't think a ship manifesto is going to help us.
Okay.
We could shrink down the ship and put it in the back of the van.
It's true.
Yeah, Gimbals put those thingies on there, right?
I don't know if there's any way that we can teleport the van with everything on it straight to where we want to be. Maybe from the ship.
Well, that would require knowledge of another teleportation circle, wouldn't it?
Be safe. I mean, there probably aren't that many flying islands in the world.
There might be another one. Who knows?
Yeah, but yeah, you don't want to accidentally teleport yourself into a wall or something. I'm reliably informed that as deaths go, that's not the funnest.
I suppose.
That's too soon. It's still too soon.
Yeah, I accidentally dimension door into a tree once, and that was.
Well, we don't want to end up like a ranger in half.
He was in two halves.
Yeah. Still in half. Too soon.
Yeah. Read the room, come on.
Well, we can just go in there, guns a-blazing, or we can go in there and stealthily go in the van, which is harder to see.
Myself. I mean, here's the advantage of something we've never tried before.
Let's try the van. Is there any way that we can get some additional enchantments cast on the van to make it quieter or anything?
It's pretty darn quiet already.
It is all right.
Frankly, I don't think the van is the noisiest thing we have to worry about.
All right.
Well, what's the noisiest thing you think we have to worry about?
Riders. At least those who insist on wearing plate mail.
Ching, ching, ching.
I mean, it is mithril, so it's better than it could be.
Yes.
Well, you'll come in the car with me then.
I mean,
Quiet.
I mean, I'm wearing full plate too, and
Is that Erica?
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. In the car with me.
Well, I think we're all going in the van. Just because one high-speed moving van is harder to spot and will be visible for less time than great big showy flying winged horses, for instance.
This is true. And should something transpire to knock our van from the skies, multiple of us have access to the Featherfall spell, so we should be within a relative locus so that we can make sure everyone is covered.
I have the feeling that if we break the van, Gimbal will never speak to us again. Well, no, he'll speak to us. He'll never give us stuff again. Because I don't think any force on the planet could stop Gimbal from speaking.
A non-reasonable assessment.
Between us and the van, each of our lives is more valuable than a piece of equipment, no matter how magical.
Yes. I'm just saying, Gimbal will not necessarily agree with that assessment.
I like the overlay in the top corner. At least I meet the requirement. And the overlay I have mature 17 plus, gore, violence, intense, strong language. The only thing it doesn't have is sexual content, which is only spoken of, not done.
Yeah, Percy's been noticing that.
Oh no.
It's how we roll. We only talk about it. We don't actually do a scene.
Yes.
Percy's too shy to even talk about it, so.
That's a different call, different campaign, and I don't want to. No, not interested.
I will leave I'm a bard if I'm not seducing everything in sight.
Oh my god. Bards don't have to seduce. That started in 5th edition, I'm guessing. Because D&D got popular, and they're like, what if the bard seduced everything?
Are you saying at one point you need me to play some AO games so we can get the channel nuked?
No.
I'm kidding, bro!
I mean,
Ayo! Hey. Hey, Chris.
Buongiorno.
Sorry to be late. I'm gonna get a game up just real soon.
Okay. That means I should open Twitch, right? No,
Final Fantasy VII Remake or Mario?
Ooh. What do you guys want?
Mario.
Gotta vote for Mario.
Mario.
2 votes for
I'll
Mario.
get a few minutes.
Because Wednesday's supposed to be late.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh.
I knew someone was old enough to get it.
Oh.
Yes.
I have no idea. No. Anyways. Someone needs to save the princess in the castle. So be a peach.
wait, what?
So we take the vehicle. All right. Who? So you know how to drive this thing?
Who, me?
Sure.
Yeah, I know how to drive it.
As long as someone knows how to drive this thing, it's our only way in and out of this island.
I'm fairly sure down is the way out.
That doesn't sound like a good way I want to do.
It's the first way I used.
See? And he's fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. For a given definition of fine.
You mean alive.
Yeah.
Living.
Post-traumatic stress and all.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, sorry. PTSD is not fun. Do you know how hard it is to teach kids with PTSD?
No, I don't.
Very difficult.
I can imagine that.
It's nothing I want to wish on anybody. Maybe my worst enemy. No, not even that. As Mitch broods in his dark corner.
I found the ship manifest.
Ah, ha, ha.
Ho ho!
It's apparently in the dark corner.
We're in the money. We're in the money. Da 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 na 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 na. We're in the money.
Not the manifest. It's actually the personnel. Yeah, it's the personnel. I don't know. The equipment manifest was always pestilences domain.
Yeah. Yeah, she got materiel, you got personnel.
Yeah.
I think I gave you the what the ship looks like in the square and all that.
I'm about to
It should be in there.
right.
Unless it fell out. That would suck. You know what sucks? Muffins. They suck the life out of you.
Everything.
The muffin sucks the life out of you.
It says that there were originally 3 Arcanists on the crew. I don't know how good they've gotten.
We should probably check the numbers for that.
Or if they're still alive, they might have died. A lot of people died, didn't they?
Yeah. There was a big explosion.
Yeah, the ship did get like half blown up. We didn't report any casualties at the time, but that
Because you didn't ask. DM says you didn't have.
Maybe we gotta hunt.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Maybe we gotta hunt those guys down.
Hunt people
If they're
down?
still alive.
Alright, stream should be up, bro.
You should.
Thug life, right?
Thug life.
Roto life.
Did you say thug life?
I did say.
What does thug life have to do with Arcanus?
We're flying around like we own the skies, like we're kind of the owners of our own territory of everything we look at, you know?
It's true. Thug life is life.
Yeah.
Yay, we're streaming a video game. Thanks, Chris.
Why I said thug life. But...
I don't know. It's a me, Mario. Woohoo! Here we go. Do 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 do. Mario is not rated E for everyone anymore. It's rated M for mature.
It stands for Mario. He's rated M for Mario.
Oh,
Right on his hat.
The stream is now rated F for fuckballs.
Oh God. I would not wish that for anyone. I'm glad they just definitely changed up the graphics in that game. Anyhoodle. So you're taking the new shiny van, as debated. Rick? How are you navigating this?
I have navigator tools.
The van is shiny. I'm gonna request to paint a black on it. A coat of black on it.
The time to request customizations is before product delivery.
Oh, okay. Can't spray paint it or, prestidigitate it or something.
Yeah. Do you want black or do you want sky blue? So it'll blend in with the background.
Straight up gonna say I don't. Go ahead.
The plan that we in.
Who's talking? Someone talk?
I was just gonna say I don't know why people are bitching about this version of Mario 64. This feels really good.
It's actually much better. The controls still suck, but it's still much better. It looks better too. Everything about it is better than the Nintendo 64. Nintendo put a really good polish on it. They really did. And you know Nintendo, they like to polish shit. They are very on top of everything. They want a good quality product.
Yeah, I noticed they still haven't convinced Mario to put their logo on his hat.
Later.
No,
God.
that's Luigi's hat.
What stands for loser?
That's it. I'm through with you.
No,
Meeting at the Field of Honor at dawn.
Pistols at dawn?
Rapiers.
Rapiers at dawn. Ooh, fancy.
At 30 paces. You better be damn good at throwing.
Damn.
I'm hardcore, man.
All right, so are you you're just gonna go at it, or are you gonna take a look around the island. You're gonna try to navigate between clouds. What are you doing? Need to know. So it can describe shit.
Approaching it cautiously, keeping an
No.
eye out. Not.
So you're going slow.
We're going cautiously, you know, and ready to take evasive action.
I would like
Casual.
to edge our way into a cloud and just stick our heads out and observe.
Let me roll.
That sounds like a good idea.
Nat 20. Wow.
We find a van-shaped cloud.
Perfectly. No. You find a big cloud that seems perfect. Just perfect. It's so cloudy enough where you can hide into it. And you notice this massive floating island. Huge. It's huge.
And it's outside the cloud?
Yes.
Ah.
It's this massive island just floating there. Dirt, rock, just floating in the air. Give me a perception check.
I knew it found something.
Your character sheet. Or your brain.
First, I have to convince my computer not to update my software because I'm trying to use it.
Yeah, I try to figure out where to get the character sheet on Roll20, but I couldn't find them.
It's in the character vault, and you need to have a paid account to get there.
Ah, see, I don't have a paid account.
Even the one that's just like $4 and change a month.
Click's got a 28 on perception.
Love it. It's a great place to roll, by the way, because everyone can see your rolls on stream. Wait.
Yeah. I used physical dice last week, but I like having the transparency.
All right, I got 28.
That's one of the reasons me and my friends play on Discord. Works really well.
I don't play on Discord because it hates me.
Yeah, it hates me too.
We're using Roll20, Chris.
Yeah. We use that for maps too.
Signed on to Roll20. Holy shit.
I was wondering, there's a person missing on here.
Oh, dude, I just thought of another really good game I could show on here.
Tell me.
Octopath.
Yes, you could definitely do that.
Oh yeah, Nissa played that game. She liked it a lot.
Yeah, you don't see RPGs like that very often. Turn-based, but it's like you choose wherever you want to go and what story path you want to go. It all has an effect on what you do, and it's all 8-bit, not 8-bit, 16-bit, I should say, was 3D. You know, they mix it up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not about people who can read the minds of octopuses.
No.
Rats.
I don't think rats have anything to do with this.
Well, they can't read the minds of octopuses.
So, are you in Roll20 yet? No?
I'm in Roll20, but I'm not. I'm trying to find the game.
It's trying to be hard. But if we need combat? What if I'm a mortal wombat?
Mortal Wombat!
What do you mean, what if?
What if Tony Stark is actually Tony Stalk or Tony Salk?
Tony Stank.
Tony
Tony
Stank.
Stank.
Hello?
Feedback.
I think that was Mitch because his microphone got possessed.
No, his microphone is picking him up simultaneously. And Discord.
Yeah, I muted him.
I muted myself as well.
But I could see you in Roll20 too.
Yeah. Let's see. You can turn it off, but I don't know if it'll make any difference.
I don't really care.
Under the gear icon at the top right, you should be able to control sounds there.
Here we go.
Darn, I wasn't quite awesome enough.
Yeah, down at the bottom. I want to broadcast to others. I want to receive from others.
Whoa, is this like taking receiving?
It's up to you.
Wow.
I used to know how to do this.
I used to know how to do a lot of things, Chris.
I used to know the two-static equation.
You don't anymore?
Yeah.
What happened?
All I remember is first, outside, inside, last.
At least I know about the 2 dice thing. The die was the 00 and 90. The dice was a 9 and 0 rolled together, a combination. I just don't know what they do. It's cross. It's a D100 basically. So if you roll the 9 and a 0, that's the first number. The second number is the single digit. So if you roll a 9 and 3, for example, you get 93. If you roll 84, if you get you're 100. For a 1-0, it's 10. If you get a double 0 and a 3, it's just a 3. It's pretty basic. You're basic. So, what did everyone get on their rolls? I see a 19, a 28, and a 19.
Yep. 19
Oh,
and
wait,
13.
what are we rolling now?
Perception.
Here, I'll roll 2. My dice are on camera. I got a perception of 5, so I get a 15. And that's her passive. Did you roll a dice yet? Do you know how to roll?
I was just looking up the stat on my.
I know how to roll.
I don't.
I had to read the instructions.
There you go.
I didn't know how to roll on Roll20 last week, but I do now.
It's like this. So you have an 8 for perception? Mitch?
Sounds about right. 6 of that would be proficiency.
Mitch? Yes? See? Hey, Mitch, you might want to close your video and roll 20 so you don't have as much lag. It might be overtaking your internet or your PC.
Okay.
Your CPU probably can't handle it. There you go.
Did I do it?
Yeah, you're better now. When you drop video from that, your video you increased.
Okay, good.
If you vape, you could be in hell intoxicated.
Wow. Anyways. Alright, so you got a 10, 19, and Matt got a 28. Nice. Well done. Matt, in the distance you spot someone flying by. You can't really tell what they are or who they are. But you spot them. They're flying with 2 big wings, and armor.
Okay.
We should have brought war. That would have been best.
Yes, I think war was planning to come. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, no. We've got a bogey on our 12 bogey on our 12. Not like
I don't see anything.
have you tried cleaning the windshield? It's got that sprayer thing. Yeah. But yeah, I'm seeing a winged warrior somewhere ahead of us. I'm not sure whether they're hostile or friendly, but my money would be on hostile at this point.
Well, my understanding is they're either hostile or they haven't seen us yet.
You've got a pretty accurate sussing out of this culture, so yeah.
Blame it all on your excellent description.
Thank you.
Alright. We're gonna try to go whisper mode, I guess, and stay in cover as much as possible.
Stay frosty.
Fly casual.
I just hope these guys have banana peels or we'll never be able to refuel.
Banana.
Or light beer.
That would work too. Anything organic.
Anything organic.
What is it? Manual.
Even jokes?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily have to be even organic because at one point after he dumps all the beer in there, Doc just drops the whole beer can, just like screw it.
It's true.
That means it takes aluminum as well?
Yeah, I mean it's fusion, so it probably breaks down whatever molecules you've got and turns them into energy.
You can't transform energy. That's the science. All right. Anyways, so do you notice the person going by? It could be an angel or it could be a flying elf. I forget the name of your character. Clicks, right?
Clicks, yeah.
Clicks knows that they definitely do patrols around the island.
Okay. So this is probably just one of the regular patrols.
Yes.
So I'd say we wait here until we see another one come by, and then we'll have the timing to sneak in between them.
Sounds good to me.
Rick is concerned about all the chatter. He wants everybody to keep it down.
So, as you wait in silence, after about an hour, another person starts coming around the corner.
Okay, so that's a pretty good gap, right?
I imagine they have to rest because they might get tired while flying. So you wait until they're gone.
Yep. And then I start doing a ritual silence spell. Which will give us a 20-foot sphere, 20-foot radius sphere around us, where all sound is suppressed, for 10 minutes.
So, Rick, you're driving. Make me a silence for the van.
That's why I cast the silence spell.
You have advantage because of the silence spell.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't run off your silence. Your stealth skill.
It doesn't.
Is there
How much stealth? What is it under?
It's a base stat, and it's probably, I don't know, the van is not very good at moving silently, so we'll just silent under, is it under dexterity? Hang on. Stealth, dexterity. It is fast, though. So I say it gets a +5.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you have advantage. There may be Mexico. I used to think when Mario would start a level, he would be Mexico, he said. Ooh, a 20. Nice. Yeah, you managed to sneak past their view. You drive it just right. Good timing. You're perfect. As you notice, you start to get on the island. There's trees everywhere. It looks like one of the forest that's here. And lovely, big, massive trees, like redwood. Redwood.
Cool.
Just enchanted, like the elves here take care of these forests real well.
Yeah, make them the best hiding place then.
So,
where's your destination?
is there any sort of like river or any like gap in the trees from here to where we need to be?
Someone roll me a perception.
All right.
Non-natural 20.
All right.
I give him assistance.
Oh. That's a 35.
Damn. Yeah, you notice a small river, not very big.
Okay. Is it something that we could use as a gap in the trees to navigate down?
Yeah.
All right. I think the best way for us to continue then would be to take that and just go as fast as we can down that area and just outrun anything that might see us at the docks.
Yeah, we're gonna want roughly the center.
What was that, Jim?
We'll want to be roughly in the center of the island. There's probably some sort of structure there. Either buildings or trees or something.
Are you gonna follow the river up or down?
Get
Well,
down to the edge and over it.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
I'm guessing down leads to the edge of the island.
That would be an educated guess.
Let's go off then.
So you drive your way through it. How are you driving? Are you trying to stay in between trees, or are you just going all out?
well, once I get down to the clear area over the river or the brook or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick up speed as much as I feel confident doing it. Just staying over the water and below the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
These are redwoods, right?
That's what it's got.
So below the tree line, there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
You're a lot of space. Ooh.
Might alert anybody going out fishing down by the river, but they're not the people we're trying to avoid, really. And they might not even notice us.
They might not. All right, so you make your way up river. Oh crap! As you go up river, you notice the rushing water crash between the rocks and all that. Trees, scattered against the river a bit, and you make your way upward, and you notice the trees start to become less prevalent, they're a bit more sparse outward. As you continue, you see a lake open up, this big lake, huge. In the middle of it is a platform that reaches out onto the lake, made of a pearly white. You can't really tell what it's made of, but it's like a pearly white stone from this edge, aka it looks like marble. It's just a bridge that goes to this little island, kind of. Well, it's more like a peninsula at this point, right? And a big tower made of freaking marble as it glistens in the sunlight, kind of blinding you a bit.
Oh,
And you notice that bridge is connected to a town.
Is this thing waterproof?
Is it? Is it waterproof? Do you want to test that?
I mean,
Really?
either way, it'll probably need a full wax and cyanize when you're done. But I'm not. I don't know if I've seen a throttle on the engine, so.
He's like, I really want to test this.
Start looking on the dashboard for buttons. And hoping they have labels.
The buttons.
Percy's sitting in the passenger seat, and he rummages in the glove compartment for the manual, and he starts flipping through it like Arnold in Twins.
There is a manual.
It's like, what are you doing? I'm learning to drive.
I'm learning to drive. And there's several buttons, and you don't know what they do. They don't have anything with the driving element. He never taught you that.
I look at the manual.
We have our. Go ahead.
Anything in the index under the buttons?
Yeah, you do a infant. Let's see. Let's see how fast you can look for through the manual. Give me an investigation. This will see how fast you can get it before Mitch makes a decision to go underwater.
It's like you know him.
That's fairly fast. I say Mitch starts to dip into the water a bit. As you're like, I found it. There's a button right here that makes it go to submarine mode.
I press that button. Does it change the color?
Yeah, it turns it into a blue color. And
Oh. I was wondering if we all lived in a yellow submarine.
oh, you wish.
Prestidigitation!
You wish. In your dreams. So you go underwater. You see all these fish you never seen. They kind of like, what the fuck?
Crumb kind of waves at them sitting there with his mariner's armor, just like, whoa.
Does everybody have their underwater gear and breathing equipment?
I got my hat of water breathing. Cool.
You're cool.
Well, Crumb definitely has that stuff because, I mean, the swimming speed is built into his armor, but Quix and Quinn were not with us when we made the shopping trip to get everyone's swimming gear.
Uh-oh.
Let me check my pack.
I believe Erica only has the breathing cap. Doesn't have anything to give her the ability to breathe underwater.
No, that's true.
I mean, she only has the ability to. So she doesn't. So she has her own swimming speed.
Yeah, she doesn't have a swim speed.
Okay. I pulled 3 caps of water breathing out from my pack, hand them out to Erica and Quinn and Geeks.
Nice. Badass.
Who would have thought we were going to be an underwater mission?
Purse, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Thanks, mate.
Well, I can vouch for the scholar. There are people who would dispute the gentleman aspect.
Trust me on this.
I have to. I'm sorry. I've been very morose lately.
Gonna need to do some looking around, maybe scry if anybody can scry, or try to figure out where a good place to park would be.
If we can get into the city proper, I can cast commune with city and learn about stuff in the city. But I have to be within the city limits to do that.
Can we find a sewer duct or something to go into?
Oh, it takes some underwater investigation.
Let's do that.
Anyone know anything? Anybody know about Sky Elves?
I can.
This might be the time to use that power.
Okay.
I mean, that could just have Clicks make a history check, right?
That too.
Is the
It's
city on the island or on the shore?
It's on the island.
Okay. Then we can at least drive up to it and circle around near the base.
But they
I
do
just
have.
don't want to alert. I don't want to alert anybody, so we're checking it to see if anybody has any knowledge beforehand.
Oh, that's not bad. His
19?
modifier for that roll is not great, but he still managed to get a 19.
Elves are known to be very cleanly, and they will not pollute their own water. So a sewer would lead elsewhere.
Probably off the edge.
But they might have an aqueduct or something leading in.
Ah, yes, they do have aqueducts for
Gotta feed all the
rotating
fountains.
water. Just like in Roman times, you know how they had the water running on top and all that? They cycle the water upwards. But that requires a vent, and that is... Vent, I mean like a water pump of some sort. So it would be close to the shore of the city.
Clicks, do you know anything about how much they'd be observing in the water around their island?
Is that a thing that I know?
Maybe. Probably not.
With a
I would
19
assume
history
from your
check?
description
Nah.
of the psychology that they would be most alert for aerial menaces.
Yeah, they would be looking up in the sky a lot, not where you are underwater.
It's a reasonable assumption. I mean, it is an assumption, but it's a reasonable assumption.
Stealth mission activated.
I'd go back to the manual and look in this section where it talked about the underwater button and see if it's talking about any other buttons.
So you look through the manual. It takes you a little bit. There is an invisible button.
Oh, now we find it.
That button there is invisible.
It will cloak the van into an invisible field.
Nice.
Not to be used in crowded parking lots.
You gotta assume though that was probably a consumable ability, so it's not wasted.
There is a warning about the invisibility cloak.
Oh, don't use in crowded parking lots?
Don't shrink it when it's invisible, or you might not find it again. Because it's tiny and invisible. That's a bad time.
If only we could shrink it from the inside and I could use all my tricks from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It doesn't work like that. Only if.
We could shrink and get eaten by a fish that gets hauled up in one of their nets.
Oh yeah, it gets
And
sold
they'll
on
bring
a
us
fish
inside.
market, and then
Yeah, and then we have to give some fisherman's wife 3 wishes to get out of it.
Let's not do that. Okay.
there's a headlight button for the headlights. There's an interior button that switches on light in the interior.
Oh no, we're keeping it dark. We're running silent.
It's pretty dark where you are in.
Is there a running silent button?
Yes.
Oh well, we'll have to hit that.
Yes, it engages the caterpillar drive.
Whoa.
All right.
I thought caterpillars looked freaky from the outside.
It inches forward.
Clicks. Clicks has a thing like Rigel from Farscape, and he farts when he's nervous.
Oh, God. Sorry.
Stop it! Stop it!
Oh, God, it smells.
On the bright side, it's not helium. Like Rigel's is. Yeah, Rigel farts helium when he's nervous. So there's this really tense scene, and they're all like hiding with guns and stuff like that. And Rigel starts farting, and they all start talking in really squeaky voices.
Oh, jeez.
I fucking love that show.
Who farts helium?
Oh,
There's a helium shortage in America.
Yeah. I don't remember the name of Rigel's species, but hold on a second.
All right, so are we investigating underwater?
First, I want to figure out how to book Rick up with Miss Frizzle.
You don't want to know. No.
It'll probably be pretty easy because I'm fairly certain she's gay. So
So we need a transformation spell.
yes,
Yeah.
true polymorph.
We need a miracle.
I need a miracle.
So, I guess we're going to approach looking for,
Any aqueducts?
yeah.
Make me an investigation roll. Who wants to roll it?
I would like to have somebody come up to the front and help.
Oh, there's
Ricky-
2 seats in the front.
Versatile's in the passenger seat anyway, so. Read the manual.
And probably what
24 for investigation?
Are you helping?
Yeah,
Yeah. Or I'm helping.
yeah, I'm assisting him. So go ahead and roll again. I guess maybe if DM says so.
Yes. I mean, you're there in the front. I take the 24.
I picked
that
this
was
one
pretty
too
wrong.
because Rick is way too distracting.
The second roll's because Rick's way too distracting.
All right.
Not my fault he smells nice.
It happens. Is that some kind of cologne? That's my natural musk. Musk.
Is there a way for us to flood the cabin?
The what?
We
Yeah,
open
it's
the door.
called winding the
cabin.
windows out.
I'm asking if there's functionality for us to flood the cabin so that we can pop out.
You mean the van?
Yeah.
Yeah, fill it
The-
with water so it'll be like kind of an airlock situation.
So you just... No, there isn't.
Okay. Does anybody know if this thing is waterproof inside?
I look in the manual under waterproof.
There's nothing under waterproof.
I don't think it is.
How are we gonna get out of here?
Just open the door.
Okay.
You may not give them for a lot of certain things.
Says a voice in your head, by the way. Just open the door.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to try to find someplace to disembark this thing. While we're down here. But we have a lot of ways to use the ship, so we'll figure it out.
Smith, give me a roll.
Random D20 or something else?
A D20. $20. Wow. So you look in the manual and you just stumble. You're just reading. You stumble upon it that it has a field around it, not letting anything in it that's not allowed in it. Like it's like an airlock field.
Okay. So if they happen to have mustard gas out there, we're still okay in here.
Yeah, I mean that's what basically it's saying.
Okay. We have a protected field that it looks like it's going to keep anything that's not welcome here from coming in.
Well, that's handy.
Any details on how we tell it specifically what's not welcome there?
Nope.
Is this minivan alive?
Nope. That you're aware about.
Okay.
I gotta get a drink of water. I'll be right back.
Okay. You're a tall drink of water, aren't you?
Yeah, and somewhat pudgy.
Are you guys waiting on me?
I'm waiting on whoever opens the door.
Oh, well, it's not time to open the door yet. We need to go into the water duct and into the air duct and figure out what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah, you rolled the air duct, right? That was a 24, right? You spot you so you all look around and Jim's like it's over there. You see a hole that's not big enough for a van, of course. It's big enough for a person to go in, but it's barred off, of course. Like
That's offensive. There are 3 bards here.
Well,
Okay, I climb out of the navigator seat, go back to the cargo door, open it.
You open the cargo door and the water does not rush in.
What?
is there somebody aboard?
Could you repeat that name?
You open the cargo door and the water does not rush in.
Okay. I step outside.
You're in the water.
I put on the magic gloves,
Okay.
and oh, this is gonna be tricky.
What's going to be tricky?
Breaking the van from inside. Getting in the van after it's shrunk.
Because you can't.
I step back in.
You have
I
to be
remember
out.
the water clinging to my outside is not welcome.
No. Your clothes are wet or whatever, but the water that is pushed off.
Okay. I close the door again. I prestidigitate the water away.
All right.
Listen,
You are dry. Dry. Dry, dry, dry. Let
I
it
just
dry.
remembered that we have to be outside the van to shrink it down.
Yes. Yes, you do.
All right then. Is Is there anybody who can take over the pilot seat that wants to stay on, or are we taking this thing with us?
I'd like to take it with us.
Sounds like a good idea. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
if we shrink the van, right, we can go through the tunnel, just us, right?
Yeah, but someone has to be outside of the van to shrink it.
No, I mean, we shrink down the van. All of us out in the water with our brand new water breathing caps. Thank you, Percival. And we shrink down the van, and then we all just kind of go manually through the tunnel.
if I go outside and everybody else is inside, can I shrink it down from the outside and not squish them?
You gotta have the gloves.
Oh, the gloves. Okay.
Percival has those.
All right. I'm going to take the gloves and take you guys through quietly.
Can you bend the bars?
Probably can bend the bars.
He is the most likely to be able to bend the bars.
It's meant for people not to go in. I mean, I would not want people and certain things in my water duck. Ah, shark!
Well, even with the grid the way it is, things like a good-sized trout could go through.
If we had someone to cast fireball at it.
No, I want to bend the bars back when I'm done going in.
I mean, I can cast fireball. It seems like a rather permanent solution, though. What if I cast Big B's hand? Big B's hand could probably bend the bars and then bend them back.
I'll need somebody to take the wheel.
Well, let Jesus do it.
Who?
I'm just kidding.
No, we need our wheels.
Some kind of Mexican superhero? What?
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, please take the wheel from me. I don't need it.
Sorry, go ahead.
So you want to bend the bars and then rebend them?
Yeah, but unless there's some reason that I can't use the gloves to shrink down the thing, then
That's up to Smith.
truck,
I mean,
minivan.
yeah. Someone, no matter who shrinks down the van, whether it's Rick or Percival, they would have to remain outside of the van to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So while we'd be able to shrink down the van to go through the gap in the bars, then a person would still be outside of the bars,
Mm-hmm.
And would still remain at natural size, while the van made its ingress in its smaller state.
Well, then I could probably bend the bars and get through, and then bend the bars back.
And definitely, it's person size, so the van, if it regrows, it's going to get stuck in the pipe.
The pipe smaller than the van?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I want the van to come too. I just want to go outside so I can bring the van outside of the water if I need to.
There's a possibility. And first, I want you to know this is off-label for the spell, but Arcane Gate would make a portal with a 10-foot diameter. And I know when we teleported into the ship while it was shrunk, it became small. And I don't know if this spell would work this way if I made a gate for someone to step through the portal and directly into the van. Well, it was small.
Well, whoever's casting the spell would be relevant size of the spell. So if you cast a 10-foot portal outside to go inside the van, it'd be still a relevant 10-foot spell outside. But if you cast it inside when shrunk, you'll have a 10-foot shrunk hole, which wouldn't be when no one could get in. It would be 10 feet to you, but to someone else, that'd be like, depending on how small it is, that's a centimeter hole. Depending on size. That's an inch hole now.
Yeah, I think if I cast it from the outside, I get a hole I could fit through.
Mm-hmm.
But would be bigger than the van when it came through, so I wouldn't be able to fit into the object on the other side.
No, you would just be on top of it.
Yeah. Just as well, going off label with spells makes me nervous. Don't suppose anybody's a wish spell.
That's a nice level spell.
I mean, I do have access to 9th level spells. Well, no, not quite yet. But soon.
We don't have a wizard or a sorcerer.
I could make a teleportation circle in here.
You could.
And if I do it every day for a year, it'll become permanent.
Yep.
Then we can do it from the outside easily enough.
Yep. But that would be a long time.
Yes. And for an urgent mission, that seems a bad choice.
What do we need to do? Erica's like, what do you need to do?
We're hoping to get... Wait. Kix? Can you tell if we're inside the city limits without using the full ability?
I could probably cast the spell more than once.
Oh, I thought it was some sort of special use thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you get me the spell mat so I can get our clear definition?
Oh, sure.
Like, send it in Messenger so I can read it.
Sure.
That way I have an idea of what the mission is. Ow! My brain. Is that it? Oh, that's... Zanny. Did you send it?
Yeah, in Facebook.
Oh, you sent it directly to me. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine, I guess. Alright, commune with city. You briefly become one with the city and gain knowledge surrounding area. Above ground, the spell gives you knowledge for 1 minute within 1 mile. In the sewers underground setting, you gain the knowledge of 600 feet around you. Instantly knowledge of the 3 facts of choice following subjects. Terrain, body of water, pavement, buildings, plants, animal, intelligent creatures, powerful celestial phase, undead, Influences the other plane existence, electric currents, wireless signals, active transmission lines. For example, you can locate a powerful undead area with major sources of electrical interference. The location by near national park. Okay, so it just allows you to tell you what's going on.
Mhm. It's like commune with nature, except urban.
Did I approve this?
Um,
One
she's
mile.
used it before.
Okay, I just couldn't remember.
It's from the Modern Magic UA.
Yeah, I usually don't prove UA until I get to read it.
Okay.
Because UA can
yeah.
be off, totally off. Like, to be honest, I'm not gonna allow that monk class ever again. Even though I used it.
The mystic shit? Yeah, nor should you.
That thing is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize how broken it was when I helped Tim pitch it to you, and I apologize for that.
Nah, don't worry about it. Luckily it was on an NPC. Right. So brain do the thing. Yeah, I mean you could use the ability. It says 1 mile, then it says 600 feet on like sewer and all that. So you know, you would know where to go basically.
Yeah. All I've used it for in the past was giving clicks a vague awareness of where the seed of destruction would be because it's a power source.
Okay.
And presumably he would be able to do the same thing again in this city, except he would find the orb, like the general direction of the orb and the general direction of the seed.
General direction. We haven't done that in a while.
That's why I used magical secrets to give him that spell in the first place, so that he would be able to communicate with cities and be better able to do his job.
Yeah, it's fine. You can use the spell. Is that what level spell is that? I'm sorry, I missed it.
One sec.
I think it's like level 2.
It's a level 5.
Level 5. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's a lot for. Wow. Really? Level 5? I think it would be like level 2, 3, or. All right. Cool. Oh, I guess then the other one is also level 5.
Commune with nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I guess it's quid pro. Yeah, I would set it at level 4, but it's already at level 5, so I'll take it. So, I mean, you only got like what, 3 or 2 level 5 spells?
Two per day. Yeah, 2 spell slots.
So that's up to you. I mean, you definitely do it, and you would know the surrounding area because technically this is part of the city.
Okay, we are considered within
city limits. Yes,
the city limits
because the bridge goes over.
Okay,
which is part of the city.
All right. Well, then he'll reach out his hand towards the city, like Johnny Smith in the Dead Zone, kind of feeling that psychometry, that clairsentience.
Okay.
And he will cast Commune with City. It'll take him a minute, but he'll close his eyes and he'll inquire about those facts in particular.
It's not a broken spell. The only person I would be worried about that kind of spell, it's a good spell, it's well written, it's well done. The only person I would be worried about it if like a DM was like, oh, that's ridiculous, because I'm trying to hide this one thing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, it's largely designed for adventures that take place
a higher
in
level.
Cities, in modern cities. So commune with nature would be relatively useless, but this spell would be useful. But yeah, he'll inquire as to the three facts. He'll check on the air orb as a power source, where that is relative to them. He'll check on whether or not there is a seed of destruction here and where that is relative to them. And at one point, someone mentioned having to find someone in a library. So he'll ask where the biggest library is.
Well, you don't really have an information where the orb is.
Okay.
It seems to be out of your grasp.
Okay. It may be shielded from divination and that sort of thing.
Or not in the city.
Or not in the city.
But you do feel a power current coming all over the city. Like natural, like wireless technology. In your mind. And Chris keeps turning the BRBR dinner like upside down, left and right. He's like messing with it. It's like, woo, 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 woo. I had to point that out. All right, so you see, so those are the things you see so far. You know, the aqueducts, the sewer. You can't see where it goes, but you know the direction it goes because it's too far. You know, it keeps going, then it's out of your reach. Because it seems like they got it tunneled going down into the earth.
Yeah. And that would make sense because he's aware of like the quote unquote Morlock tunnels, the catacombs and so forth where the undesirables are put.
Going down.
Is he able to get a 20 on that library?
Yeah. Hang on. Does that include like library shit? Hold on. I want to read
Prevalent buildings.
Oh, does it say buildings?
Yeah.
Influence of other planes. Of course, there's an influence of another plane. It's active right now. You can feel that.
Well, I mean, I don't get all of this information. I get 3 facts of my choice.
Oh, right.
From that list. And the things I was asking for were the 2 power sources.
Which is electric currents, wireless signals, and active translation lines. Yeah.
And with regards to a building, I was checking for a library.
Oh, prevalent buildings, plants, animals, or intelligent creatures.
Yeah.
There are no intelligent creatures in this van.
1 mile of view. How big is a mile?
5,280 feet, sir.
That's a lot. Okay, yeah, you know where that building is. All right. Yeah. Just why was it highlighted like that? That's so weird. Was that you highlighting it?
No, it may just have been something that your browser did. I think Google Chrome does it automatically.
I wasn't using my browser. I was using my phone.
Oh.
My phone highlights stuff occasionally.
So, you got 2 information, right? Were you aiming for another piece of information?
No, well, no. I mean, there were.
Internet.
Which is maybe. Did you say it was down in the tunnels?
I'm sorry, I missed everything you said to me because my internet dropped.
Okay. I asked about the air orb, which we can't find because it's either not in the city or shielded somehow or what have you. It's just that power source was not on my radar. So that information is no. The second fact that I was looking for was about the location of the seed of destruction, which I kind of got the impression from your description that that was down, that was in the tunnels.
Yeah, but those are one question. Is like, tell me about local power sources.
Okay. I mean, I was okay. That can't be.
Technically, he's right.
It can't be one question. I was thinking that it would be two separate questions because they're two separate power sources. Yeah. But my other question was about the library, which you said we know where that is. And okay, maybe my
You could ask about other planes.
yeah, the influence of the planes of existence. You said that was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, the air airplane. The airplane. Woo! The plane of air.
The elemental plane of air.
Yes, has an influence here.
All right, I'm back from dinner.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Was someone
Having problems with my stream, bro?
Was someone messing with the BRB? Because they got flipped around.
Yeah, and everything's fine now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my stream.
Sure, it was upside down, so I reflipped it.
Gonna grab a quick drink, guys.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the fact that my stream is upside down?
Yes.
Yeah, let me fix that for you.
Oh, now I have to reflip everything?
Yep.
Yes, you do.
God damn it.
I was wondering if you would notice.
Oh, I noticed right away. And now your stream is completely frozen. Damn it, now I gotta edit this. It's upside down now. I'm like, I'm not live streaming that upside down, so I flipped it around again. No, it's backwards.
Everything's fine. What are you talking about?
No, it's not fine.
Everything's fine down here. Everything was fine. How are you?
There we go. Back to normal. Wahoo.
Wahoo! All right, so here's the deal. I couldn't find the air orb, which is sort of disappointing because it's kind of our reason for being here. I got a ping on the seed of destruction, which also kind of hinky because it's I mean, it's down south, it's down in the underground, so that's sort of opposite of the direction that we're headed. I found the library. You guys said you were looking for a library to find a person, a contact here. And I know where that is. I got drop a pin right in the GPS. Boom. And apparently.
What?
He just talks like that. You have to go with it.
Okay.
Don't be daft, lad. Of course there's a fourth wall. Really? Have you ever looked at it?
No.
They did that in an episode of DuckTales recently, and the looks on their faces when they turned and looked at the fourth wall were just like...
Yeah, they used it on Legends, too.
Oh, my God.
That joke is overdone, but still fun.
So good, though.
I saw the She-Hulk comic where she knocked down 3 walls, but when you knock down the 4th wall, it all comes crashing down.
The walls come tumbling down. The walls.
All right, and apparently, and I suppose this should be kind of obvious, the elemental plane of air is really big here. It's It's the main scene, and like it's got its fingers in every pie.
Pie.
Oh, I could go
I
for
was thinking maybe the elementals, the orb there is just very large and containing this whole thing, but then I remember the effect of touching an orb, and that's probably not likely.
what happens when you touch an orb.
Oh, you don't know?
It strongly affects your soul.
Oh,
I'm back.
You don't know the curse of the orbs, huh?
I mean, I've never experienced it directly. I've seen you guys fiddle around with them. There was that those shenanigans with the water orb.
Those who cannot contain the power of the orbs are cursed by them. They emit an energy of such force that it affects you, even seeps into your body, the magic itself.
That sounds unpleasant.
It's not fun. We've all been touched by an orb.
Crumb. Crumb kind of. He's not a calculating individual, but there are times when, you know, what intellect he has struggles to the surface. And
If I may make a suggestion, if we are required to be in two places at once, perhaps we can do the unconscionable and split the party.
Famous last words. Let's split up, gang.
If Ms. Corwin and I travel into the underground, locate this seed of destruction, and bring it to you, you folks can carry on the rest of the mission here on the surface without having to concern yourself with that particular aspect.
Isn't the mystic guitar a crucial part of destroying one of the energy crystals?
It is. But as far as we can tell, these things are portable. So we would extricate the device and bring it to Clicks so that he could then disable it.
Without letting it blow up.
Ideally, yes.
I would actually insist on that part of the plan. I'm quite fond of both of you.
I agreed. Thank you, Percival.
Agreed.
In any case, it would allow Clicks to serve as guide for you folks above the surface, while Quinn and I have family bonding while retrieving the secondary objective.
Just don't believe that evil stepmother stuff. That's only in stories.
Evil stepmother?
His eyes widen, and he's just like. Apparently, he's not familiar with those stories because the Frigga was the stepmom in all of his stories, and she's nice. And Quinn is just like, oh yeah, no, yeah, we're all right, we're all right. I won't be turning anyone into a pumpkin.
People turned into pumpkins?
No, they're not. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Although I would look brilliant in glass shoes.
I mean, it's Possible is
If I thought about-
polymorph.
Remember that.
You could polymorph someone into a pumpkin.
A pumpkin treant.
I want to be a druid just so I can awaken a pumpkin.
Is Mitch alive?
I'm here.
Oh, good. Just
I've
making
been
sure
seeing
you're falling
Signs
asleep.
of insane movement.
Very good. I'm not looking at his camera. I'm looking at multiple other things. I really should invest into another screen. Probably when I get my bonus pay from my other job, I'll get another screen.
The Goodwill in Scarborough has a section of tech stuff that includes screens.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's true. And their refurbishment people are supposed to be really good.
The Goodwill in Scarborough?
Yeah.
Yeah, where Circuit City used to be.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And
God.
they price them very reasonably.
Oh, God, I hate racing the penguin. Sorry.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
I really don't know what that's a metaphor for, and I don't want to.
It's not a metaphor. It's the Mario level. I hate that level. I wasted so many lives in that stage. Racing a penguin, going down a slide, falling off it to my death. Too bad D&D doesn't have, like, live system. That would be interesting. How many lives do you have, Crumb? I got 2 left.
Yeah, he's burned through at least one. like fucking Jumanji. They got 3 in the Jumanji movie, right?
Yeah, something like that. I haven't seen the Jumanji movie, but they have lives in it. I remember.
Yeah, well, I mean the recent ones where it's evolved into a video game.
I hear there's a second one coming out.
Oh, there's been 2 already, and they were both great.
I haven't seen any of them. I wonder where I can watch them. Probably Amazon.
Yeah. My suggestion to
I want to
you.
scream.
Oh my God! I saw that. That sucks,
I want to scream.
dude. He went out to the stars, then he slid off and fell.
Yup.
He had the star right there. He just right off.
Oh man, Chris, I'm sorry.
That sucks. Oh my God. All right, so let's continue. So what's the plan? We're splitting up?
That is my
I think so.
suggestion. I myself will take Grani and Grimnir, and we will travel with Quinn into the Underdark of this particular island.
There's a secret tunnel?
A secret tunnel.
Yeah, sorry, wrong conversation. But you're technically part of the same conversation, right?
Yeah. Secret tunnel.
All right, well,
If we can retrieve the powerful explosive gem, get it back to Clicks so that he can play his music and disable it, then we can kill the proverbial 2 birds with 1 stone.
well, we gotta find the orb. How do you suggest we stalk around town? Not exactly. We kind of stick out. That's what I'm saying.
I believe the plan was to infiltrate the library. And Kix, you said you had a contact there?
Well, I myself don't, but your Oracle lady, I've seen her before too. She said that you guys had to find a person in the library.
I know I'm gonna hate the answer, but was she any more specific than that?
Apparently, some of you had seen him before in a dream. Um, the only person currently playing right now that would have seen him is Rick. Um, presumably, Rick would remember that this gentleman used a lot of long words, and had red hair and red wings, kind of like Icarus from the X-Men comics.
Okay.
Yeah,
From that dream sequence we had?
Yeah, the dream sequence where you went to Alexandria in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Erica was there.
Yeah, Erica was there too. Yeah, okay. You would have encountered a gentleman named Elian Auroriel. And presumably this is the one to whom the Oracle is sending you.
Was that music appropriate, Nate?
I don't know what music you're talking about, to be honest. I hear music and I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
It was from me.
Oh.
I
Oh.
was messing with you with a secret area theme. Because there's a secret path there? Yes. Yes, there is.
Holy crap, I didn't even know that existed. The copy I have now, it's actually the first time I've ever ever played the game, man. So I know nothing. Alright, so yeah, there was this guy, this gentleman with wings, in a dream he had, in Alexandria. And if you say he's in his library, then Jim, you were the one that got the information, remember?
No, I don't.
You asked the Oracle before you left.
First try, guy.
But you don't remember, that's okay.
Hey, I'm old.
You are.
Hey. So our two best underground types go underground to pick up the exploding crystal and delay the explosion long enough until we can stop it from exploding entirely.
Yes.
And the rest of us go to the library and search for the next clue. And I would suggest after you complete your mission, if we have not rendezvoused with you by then, that you look for us in the library.
It shall be done.
So, how are we going to get around these people? And we're just going to sneak around? Or just walk to the library?
So Tom and Quinn are going to be outside the van anyway. They could shrink it down. And we could fly invisibly wherever it needs to go.
Who's going to shrink us back?
Well, either Crown and Quinn, or they could only shrink us somewhat, maybe the size of a shoebox. And then we could put the gloves back in through the side door. And if we need to, someone can come out and...
Yeah, I was going to say, those gloves would have to be big as the shoebox.
Well, then we're like the size of 2 shoeboxes or 3 shoeboxes.
Yeah, it would have to be that. So it would be this little van going around downtown. Invisible. So someone had to navigate between all the people that might be there, depending on what time of day it is. I didn't know you could do that, Chris.
I don't know how delayed the YouTube feed is, but it looks very delayed.
It is. There's a delay for a reason.
Yeah, this looks like 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know why the delay is longer than normal. Usually it's like a few minutes delay.
They probably want to be able to bleep us if we say okay or something.
Well, it's recorded, so you can go back afterwards, and there'll be no delay.
Well, I was just hanging out to catch up with the chat if Peter showed up to say hi to him, but
Peter has not showed up yet.
no.
On my phone, the delay's not that bad. It must be your internet.
It could be. I mean, I am in gray. This is not like a hotspot of urban benefits.
So let's go through the tunnel first, and then figure out where we can separate from there.
Okay. Do we have a method of getting through the tunnel? Oh, yes, spinning bars.
It's the only way in. Well, one of us will have bend the bars, shrink us down, and go in. Maybe someone's stealthy enough or could hide themselves between and meet up at a certain point, because you seem to know where to go, Clicks.
Well, yeah, I just communed with the city as an entity. Call it metromancy, or just the subset of divination. Having done that, I located some of the directions we needed to go and some of the places that we needed to head. So, if we can get to the surface, I'm pretty sure I can navigate us to the library. Might be able to do it just through the sewer tunnels, but I'm not sure.
Well, here's an idea. What if we have Rick here, our lovely Rick, who's strong and stealthy, right? Right?
Yes.
And we can shrink us down. We can go in through the tunnel and in stealth mode, shrunk down, and then Mitch was his awesome stealth, can stealth through the city easily and meet us there.
Rick, do you think you're up to that?
Rick is up for it.
Excellent.
I don't know your stealth, Rick, but I hope it's good.
Erica has faith in you.
It's better than Erica's. What's Erica's stealth? 2. And I get disadvantage because I'm wearing armor.
Yeah, the lowest Quinn can roll is 27.
Oh, Quinn is really good.
Yeah.
Quinn, you could get us. Is Quinn here?
Yeah. Remember, Quinn and Crumb are gonna kind of split off and get the seed while these guys are investigating the orb in the library.
Right. Quinn.
Yep.
Quinn, you can stealth. I don't know who's better at stealthing. I know you're pretty good.
Well, so I don't want to step on toes, love. I mean, turf is important. If Captain Griswold here wants to do the sneaking and the stealthing, I'm absolutely fine with him doing that. If he would prefer that I take point on this, then I'm happy to do that as well.
Well, who has more confidence?
Generally, Rick has more confidence. Not sure if he has more skill, but I'm fairly sure he has more confidence.
But yeah, I mean, given out of game, given that Quinn is just a backup character, I don't necessarily want her to take a job away from.
The only reason I'm suggesting
Yeah.
you, Quinn, is because the ace driver is also the one who's stealthy.
But that's true. That's true. If I stealth externally, you can remain inside the vehicle and pilot it to where it needs to be.
All right. Well, my stealth score doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like what it. I feel like it should be right now for some reason.
Okay.
So maybe I forgot to update it, but to look at that later.
What is it?
So go. It says on my character sheet here that it's 15, but I have a paper character sheet too, and I don't know if that's updated or not. And
I don't think it is.
I'm just not organized right now.
That's still pretty good. A 15.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That would be. What's your dex what's your dex bonus?
It's probably 4.
Well, oh, that's why I don't have as much dexterity as I thought I did.
Okay, yeah. Because if you've got expertise in stealth, then you've got 2 times 6, which is 12, and then if your dex modifier is 3, then it's plus 3, which would be a total of 15.
Okay, well, I'm probably right.
Yeah,
you're probably right about that.
All right. Okay.
That's
Quinn,
really...
meanwhile, has a 17 in stealth, but she also has reliable talent. Because she's a higher level rogue.
All right. Well, she can go ahead and do it then.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And you can make the scary piloting checks to get the vehicle through the infrastructure.
I think it's a dynamite plan. I mean, it combines what you wanted there, Percival, and what I thought of. I think this is true teamwork.
Okay.
Besides, we don't want to lose our ace driver. You'll be able to navigate between the people without getting crushed.
I'll tell Quinn to be careful out there. And does she have an earworm?
No.
You need to get her an earworm if she's gonna do this.
A way to connect with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Well, she can take one of yours, right?
Yeah.
I give it back.
She can have mine.
Okay. All right. Cheers.
I trust you.
This way, if I'm nearby her and she needs to fight, I can give her one of my attacks.
All right, that makes sense. I do have the message spell, but we have to be within very short distances of each other for that to work.
It angers me how many lives that took.
It happens.
So, all else fails, I can rip a cantrip.
Well, this one you only need to remain 100 feet between us.
Yeah.
No shadow. Do not jump up here.
Hold on, let me check something.
Because if I remember the stones that are basically like little earpieces, they connect up to 100 feet.
The range on message is 120 feet.
Oh. Well, these are more constant and they're group-like, so...
Yeah. Rather than me sending a message to one person and then having to relay it, I can talk to you all at once. Yeah, okay, that works.
The only person that would be out of the loop is Erica.
And it's probable that the skin of the van would block the signal for a message spell anyway.
If it's unwanted.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, it says that magical silence, 1 foot of stone, or 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood will block the spell. And I don't know if the construction of the van would block the message spell, but it seems like it might.
It probably will.
Yeah, okay. All right, so yeah, she'll take an earworm. Something very Star Trek 2 about this.
What?
Nothing.
Be quiet or you'll attract lens flare.
Lens crafter?
Alright. I'm gonna tell Quinn to get out there and make it as small as we can get.
All right.
Give her the gloves. Go over how to use them.
She's a fairly quick study. She's got jack of all trades, so.
Doesn't everyone?
I don't.
Oh, 3 people do in this particular group, but not everyone. All right, she'll nod. She'll take in that information. Honey, I shrunk the kids and the soccer mom and the whole bloody van. And we'll condense the van to a point where it can silk unfettered through the bars.
Damn. How small are you shrinking it, Matt?
Well, I'm thinking
A pea size?
I'm
Microscopic?
thinking like a wasp, like a bug.
A size of a wasp?
Yeah, someone glanced at it really quickly. It's just like, oh, there's a bug in here.
So you're going to make an Ant-Man and Wasp reference?
Yeah, essentially.
Hi, baby girl.
I don't mind references to that movie. It was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
So it's very small size, okay? About a wasp. I know, Shadow. Jeez, she wants my attention.
Well, you are paying attention to things that are not cats.
Yeah, right.
That is the primary crime for felines.
So we're gonna be able to get in successfully because we're invisible and size of the wasp. It's up to Quinn now to roll.
For stealth?
Yes. Let it roll, baby, roll. 29.
That's a 29.
Damn. That makes me at 19. Okay. All right. You're able to dodge into the shadows and get behind buildings and all that. You know where you're going because who casts the spell? I can't remember. Clicks, right?
Yeah, Clicks cast Commune with City, yes.
And Clicks can give you the information to someone else, which can relay it to you.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Excellent.
And, you know, it tells you to go down this road and all that. And you notice as you're going down, there's a market.
Now, are we following along in the invisible flying van?
No, you're going to be shortly after. In a bit, I'm going to have Clicks is basically going to multitask.
Okay.
He's going to have to. He knows the way there, but then I'm going to need Mitch to make a roll to drive so we don't get crushed. Because that'll be a dead bunch of people. Your role is our fate.
No problem.
Quinn will also cast invisibility on herself.
Perfect. So that only makes you required to go through a crowd is a dexterity.
Okay.
Oh, do I get a bonus on my roll for the vehicle's stealthiness or handling or anything?
Yes, you get a bonus for being stealth. you get advantage.
Okay. Any bonus to the roll or just advantage with a straight 20?
Advantage on straight 20.
Okay.
I'm so glad you did. Everyone make a new character. No.
It's just, oh, I don't need to. One of them was outside the van.
So,
Oh, shit.
as you're chugging along,
Push right, he will never speak to us again.
as you chug along,
Except using a Ouija board.
as you chug along, you notice someone almost about to step on you, and you're like, "Oh no, nope." As you just swerve out of the way. Ah, that was a close one.
Type it in.
And Clicks, did you make your roll? I mean, not Clicks, Quinn.
I need to make another roll for what am I doing? Acrobatics?
Yeah, you're pretty much weaving through the whole city.
Okay. Acrobatics I can do.
Because you gotta dodge people. You're invisible. No one can see you. But once someone touches you...
The jig will be up.
Yeah, pretty much.
I gotta tuck out. My mom's calling.
Okay.
I got a 21.
Nice.
Reliable talent bumps the dice roll up to a 10, which plus 11 is 21.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you, like, maneuver, do like no one's business. You know, you're just weaving through the people, right?
That's what she does.
Looking for your opportunities to, you know, go through people and all that. You're like, do. You got this. You're dynamite.
Drownomite.
Drownomite. And you find the library, both of you. Are you communicating to each other where you are? And
Presumably,
okay.
as I'm charting my course through the crowd.
Yeah, you both were able to communicate to each other pretty well. You're all like, yeah, all right. And then you said, well, the time I open this door, you both get the timing right. You know, so you can get through the door.
There's something very Matrixian about this, like Tank or Link are operating as operators for us. And all right, turn right on Wabash Lake and go under the bridge. There's a phone booth there.
Phone booth. And you open the door to the library. It's very quiet here. So Matt, what would your character be doing?
According to his background, which is Sage, he is a researcher. He is a discredited academic, but only because he's made some expressions about reconciliation with the people on the ground. And so he's been sort of sneered at by his colleagues. Most of the time, he's just in the library doing reading and filing books and stuff like that.
Right, nerd shit.
Yeah.
Got it. So, you notice, Quinn, give me a investigation.
Right. Okay.
Are you guys just tell him what? Are you guys gonna tell him what this person looks like?
Yes.
All right. So you know the details of what the person looks like or similar?
Investigation. That is a non-natural 20.
Nice. All right, so it says 19. Or do you get the extra one?
Yeah, I rolled a 9 on the die, but because of reliable talent, that gets bumped up to a 10.
Okay.
So it's 10 plus 10.
Wow, that's ridiculous. Sorry, yawning. You make your way and you stealthily make a as your other character make a perception check.
As Quinn?
Yeah, you are at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Okay.
No, at Quinn. No, as the other character.
As Clicks?
No, your new character.
As Elion.
Yes.
Okay.
Your new character.
He got a 15.
Okay. I imagine Quinn is pretty stealthy. How are you approaching this? Your character's reading a book.
Quinn, in her invisible state, will cast Mage Hand.
Mm-hmm. Invisible.
And Mage Hand for her can also be invisible. Using the Mage Hand Ledger Domain feature from Arcane Trickster.
Yep, I love that.
Yes. And as Elion is standing there reading a book, she will use sleight of hand to pluck the book out of his grasp, like he's just dropped it.
It's like, I'm guessing he goes down to reach it.
Yeah, and when he goes down to reach for it again, she'll continue to tug it out of his grasp. Just like, what? What?
Stop that.
Good heavens, I didn't realize I was working with the animated books today. Yeah, it's sort of like that old prank with the dollar bill on the end of a string.
Yeah, but with a book.
And she'll kind of guide him over between like a set of stacks, a set of shelves, where they'll be less visible. And she will lower her invisibility and lower her hood and say, "Hello, Governor. I'm here representing some friends of yours from Alexandria." And I wasn't sure if that would be sufficient or if I should have Elion respond.
You should have Elion respond. That's up to you how you want to do it.
Alexandria? Well, I don't have any... Hold on. I don't know your face, but I had this unusual dream where I met people and we were at a point of temporal dislocation and foraging through an Arctic wilderness to this forgotten civilization, I woke up on fire and may have accidentally singed a biography. Are you Drake's Bane? Me personally, love, no. I'm friends with Drake's Bane, and I'm actually here with a contingent of them now. And we were guided by a wise woman to find you here to try and solve some problems for the planet and for your island specifically. Right. I must be cautious with what little reputation I have left, but these are people I have literally walked with once upon a dream. So, if you can guide me to them, I will ascertain the truth of their meaning. All right, you lot. He's on board. Where should we meet you?
That's a good question.
I'm still thinking the library.
Well, we're in it.
I like the library.
We're in the library.
He knows it better than we do.
So, what's it look like in here?
Oh, it's a big place. Books on beyond books and beyond books. It doesn't have too many people in here.
People?
They're all sparsed out in different places. There's that desk. The front desk that goes everywhere. It's a big place. It's a rather really big place.
Would there be any kind of conference room that he could sneak away to?
Yeah.
And have them meet him there?
Yeah.
I say we just park it here in the middle of a room and then start looting.
As tiny people?
Well, no, we'll park it as a regular sized minivan, but it's still invisible, and open up a door and start looting.
That sounds like something we wouldn't do.
As interesting and enjoyable as looting the library might be, it's really not one of our goals.
I thought you might be able to find some good information.
Where would we start?
Oh, probably the history section.
See, he already knows.
You and your history.
Yes, I do love a good biography. Death gives us size, as they say.
I've heard she has that effect on people.
Well, you haven't met us yet. We're in two different rooms, technically.
Yeah. Yes. I think we're having kind of a playful conversation here. But yeah.
You're shopping?
Well, yeah. My thinking initially was that if we can get the van into a space like a conference room big enough that you can enlarge the van and just kind of have it be there without like anyone kind of walking into it, that you could then disembark at your leisure and converse with Elion and let him know what you need to do.
That sounds like.
Yeah. If you would prefer enlarging someplace a little more public, then that's your lookout.
Yeah, let's do it in the middle of a library where it might knock over all the books and create a commotion. I like the subtle idea.
The shelves go over like dominoes. No!
All the books.
Bucketing technique, the bump and run. Just enlarge right next to something that we want, bump it over, grab it, small again, go away.
You are definitely thinking like a Scott Lang. I can respect that.
I like that fellow there, the English talking one. It's idea.
What's England?
Oh, yeah. The strange talking person.
Yes, if you will go on a quick perambulation with me, there is a vacant commiseration conference room area that we could utilize to exchange information in a bit of a private venue.
It would be better than having a whole bunch of people on us.
Additionally, one must be respectful of the library's other patrons and maintain decorum with regards to volume of voice.
Because I see two things happening. Us going to some kind of jail and having a trial, or being literally thrown off the island without being able to fly.
Well, the second one won't happen. So we may have to work with certain volumes of flying that look like falling very slowly.
Free falling.
There's no prison they can hold her for.
Don't drop the soap.
You really don't want Percy to get any, do you?
I was gonna say, Rick is proficient with improvised weapons. He can use the soap to drop you.
It's
I'll
just
put
a
an Irish spring in your step. Crack.
Soap is just a slippery brick after all.
It's true.
They do call it a brick of soap.
You're not fully clean until you're just fully clean. Crack.
Whoa.
Is that a dove? No, it's a soap bar. A soap bar goes flying through the air. Get it? It's dove. I don't know why I need to explain the joke. Merely, I just.
I thought of something horrible for Irish Spring.
Well, Matt said put a Irish step in you, but
Yeah, put an Irish spring in your step.
yeah.
Crack.
So what should we do? We're just dawdling now.
Find a meetup place big enough for minivan, and we can meet you there.
All right.
That sounds dynamite. So
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
so you all arrive. You all direct. You get there. You all get there. Dodging, weaving. Was the driving and the hoo-ha and the sneaking and the walking and the glaving. Sorry, I was doing a Simpson reference.
Yeah, Professor Frank.
Yeah, pretty much. You get in the room. You'll have to move the table around a bit. It's a fairly sized big table. Several chairs. and you believe you can get it big enough so people can walk out, but you're all going to be shorter.
As a ritual, Elion will cast Tensor's floating disc
Okay.
and use that to levitate the table out of the way.
Okay. I'll accept it. Push all the chairs out of the way. Floating table.
Nobody remembers, but Tensor was actually a movie company.
Tensor was actually a what?
A moving company.
Do you remember? I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Petra Farm remembers. And Petra Farm's not going to keep that secret to themselves.
Pepperidge Farm is going to wind up dead in an alley if he keeps this up.
So, you managed to get the van big enough, because you got a floating table. That's good enough to make it full size, so everyone's the right height. I was picturing you all could be like shorter than normal. I'm about foot smaller now.
Hey, short people got no reason.
Yeah, I mean, Clicks would legit count as a small character at that point because he's only 4'7" as it is. And Quinn's not super tall, but she's already out.
The size is relevant.
Oh, yeah. Quinn is way out.
There's not a prison built that can hold Rick the Brick. There's not a closet built that can hold Quinn Corwin.
Oh, this was easy. I didn't have to talk to Creation.
Did you want to?
No. It's good.
She's rather nice.
I know that. Come on. I'm a cleric of Creation.
Oh, cool.
I could easily sway Creation to do something for us.
I'm sure that would be wise.
Level 18. Literally, you can make any god do whatever you want until 7 days later. It's a cleric ability.
Yeah, divine intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, can you let me do this? Okay.
But it doesn't become super effective. It doesn't work every single time.
Nope.
Until level 20.
Yep.
But because you are creation and you're playing the cleric of creation, you get to decide.
It's true.
It's a slight conflict of interest because you're the GM, you're immune.
Nate, do you want to have this? Can Erica have this? Yeah, sure, why not? That's the bonus of being a life cleric. You literally get this one thing that allows you to almost have everything, especially at level 20. And when you're the GM...
Well, yeah, all clerics get divine intervention, but...
Mine's divine ultra intervention.
Yes. You are both Psychopomp and Carnifex.
I'm glad I'm a Carnifex. I couldn't stand eating only vegetables.
Hey, vegetables are tasty. Especially you can make them in burger form now.
They're a side dish.
So as y'all are stepping out of the van and into the conference room, Elion will raise his scarlet eyebrows and be intrigued at the process of you disembarking from an invisible vehicle. Very Star Trek 4 parked. But in particular, he will react gratefully to the sight of Rick's and Erica's faces. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Oh, hi again.
I can't believe I thought you were both imaginary.
Nope.
Wait, totally understandable. I've done it myself.
I'm real, I think.
He'll glimpse Percival, and kind of stand back for a second and kind of blink to himself and go, oh, very, very good. Evidently a person of some breeding. I recognize that you are dressed quite fashionably for just surface clothing.
Thank you. Should I change the style for something more common here? Or would that help my case at all?
Oh, well, it's... Your species remains decidedly wingless, but, I think the highbrow nature of your attire would score some points with some of our less conservative members of society. They certainly do with me.
I mean,
Are there many of them?
Sadly, not as many as I'd like.
there are some who don't agree with the hierarchy, the government.
A certain degree of insularity and austerity is perhaps to be applauded in warlike times, but largely, my observations of the surface world are that they are at peace for the very most part, and all insularity does is keep us alone.
I'm guessing from finding you here that you're a scholar.
No, yes, quite so. Quite so. I am published in several journals, none of which are of well repute at the moment. But I have performed various studies on the interrelationships between various cultures and the histories of the surface world as we understand them here. And are you a gentleman of scholarly pursuits?
Unfortunately, due to my birth, I was not permitted to engage in it as a profession, but it's certainly been a serious hobby.
All right, this is quite lovely and all, but we're here at this point. What do we do next?
Well, we could continue with the original plan, which is sending the two most likely to have no natural issues with it to the depths. Keep the crystal from detonating. And the rest of us find the orb of air.
Well, what's your name? I forget. I'm terrible at names. Sorry. I apologize.
Which me are you talking to?
You.
Elion?
Yeah.
I am Elion Ororio. And while I'm not so, I'm quite aware of a crystalline artifact that's capable of such a detonation. The air orb is a subject of some study. And if require to be elusive during your passage through the city, I that as well for a short time.
Well, you could get us around here.
I certainly can do that. Yes, absolutely. I will usher you this place wherever you may wish to. I am your guide, your valet, your well, but I shall do my best. And on top of this, I possess a spell that allows people to become more stealthy than they already are for brief periods.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to have to do this the hard way and fight a bunch of guards.
Listen, I'm fully capable of engaging in fisticuffs should the need arise. However, I do enjoy minimizing that need. One gets a bit scruffy and dusty if one
Oh, I've got a cantrip for that.
performs too often. Say what?
What'd you say?
I have a cantrip for that.
You are useful.
I strive to be useful, despite my birth.
The honor is to serve. Yes, right. Yes. Right. If you all stand in a bit close, I shall cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us. So for the next hour, your abilities to remain unnoticed and unseen will be enhanced.
All right, what do we do with the fan?
I say we uninvisible it, shrink it down, and put it in somebody's pocket.
Quinn will hand the gauntlets back over.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, love. I don't really go with my outfit. I'm sure you get it.
I duck into the invisible van. Press the invisible button on the invisible dashboard.
Somebody.
There's something very cartoonish about this. It's like somewhere Wonder Woman is like, "Yep, I feel you."
What are you doing? I'm using the invisible toilet.
Oh. One of my favorite origin stories for the Invisible Jet. This is. I'll make it quick. They travel to an alternate universe where all the heroes are replaced with supervillains. All the good guys are bad guys, and the bad guys are good guys.
Yeah.
And their version of Batman is Owlman, and he's the scary motherfucker, just cold as ice. But among his magnificent toys is a jet. And the jet has a button called a chameleon circuit, which allows it to turn invisible. If you have been watching Doctor Who for as long as I have, you'll recognize the term chameleon circuit as being the thing that disguises the TARDIS as a police box, which gets broken in the first episode. So even though they travel to all ends of time and space, it's still a police box. As soon as they turn on the chameleon circuit on Owlman's plane to try and use it to escape Owlman and the rest of the Injustice gang, they get struck by lightning, which shorts out the chameleon circuit and makes it so that it's stuck on, just like with the TARDIS. But in this case, it means the plane is permanently invisible. And when they travel back to their universe, Wonder Woman brings the plane back with her as spoils of war.
That makes sense.
That's how she gets the invisible jet in that timeline.
I like it. I like it.
Yes.
That's Earth 3 for you.
What's that?
That's Earth 3 for you.
Yes.
Stuck invisible mode.
The chameleon circuit broke.
Oh no, the chameleon circuit in the van broke. It's always invisible now.
Quinn just kind of sighs and casts fairy fire on the van. All right, there it is. Hit the button. Let's go.
I get in the button.
In the butt. You don't want to shrink the van when it's.
I get no. We were worried about that specifically. I get out of the now visible van. Use the gloves to shrink it down.
What a fascinating design.
Yeah, you never
Where's my
seen anything
coin
like it.
Some sort of horseless carriage.
It's driven by a giant spider robot soul.
Fascinating.
It's a long story.
I was gonna say, I don't think he even knows what a giant robot is.
Well, I speculated some arthropodal construct of some kind, but I don't have any direct experience with such a species.
They're kind of violent and not a natural species. They're mostly leftovers from the Second Age.
Matt, you can make me a history roll if you want.
For Elion?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't remember your character's name. It's going to be like that for a little while.
It's fine.
I'll eventually learn people's names.
Hey, I'm lucky I know Matt's name. If it was more than 4 letters, it would be tricky.
You're not wrong.
23.
23? All right.
Yep.
You've heard of the ancient ones before and their magnificent machines, but you never seen or heard of one before. Heard of it? You only heard and read in books before about these
Yes, right,
machines.
of course, yes. With that geohistorical context, I believe that such devices would have been devised and maintained by the ancients and been left over as scraps, as remnants, as vestiges of their prior civilizations before the great conflicts of the past.
Yeah, this was the war against the gods.
Dreadful affair, but obviously we wouldn't have the world we have now without it.
Well, as you can probably guess by our survival, we only encountered very small ones.
Then I shall consider myself quite fortunate that your encounters were not worse.
All right, so I suggest we have Team Orb, or no, maybe we should stick together. Do you know where the Undercity place is where they might keep such things? A crystal.
I'm sorry. Is that something that Elion would know?
Yes.
Or okay, all right. Yes. Yes. If you wish to access the catacombs, the
underground prison.
Yeah, the underground prison wherein is contained the quote, end quote, undesirables. Then yes, I can provide you with access to that point.
It's heavily guarded, though. The entrance.
It is absolutely a point of contention. One must be as elusive as one can in order to avoid conflict passing into that place. It's
literally a slave labor camp.
it is the toil by which the sins of our civilization are made manifest. And the comfort which we enjoy out here is greased as though cogs with the lubrication of their blood.
You're very colorful.
It's a very political turn of phrase.
Thank you. I enjoy the ability to precisely articulate concepts, whether they be arcane or mundane.
You're a rare type of person.
Well, thank you. Likewise.
All right. So team, well, trying to think how to split us up. Maybe we go together to the entrance, Team A could go to when we get there, split up at Team A, and then you can show us where they keep the orb.
All right. Yes. If we progress as a unit, we will have greater resources to bypass the guardianship of the entryway. Then your elite team should then descend into the depths with my blessing and hope for good luck. And then we can head off in another direction entirely to attempt to investigate the atmospheric spheroid.
It sounds like a plan. I don't know. Is that what we want to do?
It does sound like a plan.
A stealth mission through and through.
Well,
The occasional Mario yell distance just
Here we go!
just every so often this little Italian yell is just like, what is happening?
Here we go!
before we get you too far involved in this, I would like to be clear with you that the end result of our mission would be the orb going into storage and the Sky Island no longer being in the sky.
Oh. Right.
You would be grounded.
That's
Like if
that's
Mom and Dad
that's-
were upset and you said you were grounded.
oops. Oddly enough, my parents were actually quite permissive in that regard. But no. That's terrifying. We will need. I will need a very focused and concise and eloquent explanation of why this is strictly necessary. I'm not opposed as such, but it is a paradigm shift of geometric proportions. My people do need to be jostled out of their complacency, but that's a hell of a jostle.
It is. And we'll
I'm not
explain it next time.
Concise and elegant at the same time. The short version is that an entity called the Void is trying to capture all the spheres and use them to end the universe forever. And we are trying to capture all the spheres to, at the very least, stop him from doing that.
Ah,
And I suspect Creation has a plan for us that she can't tell us about, or we won't be able to do it. Because that seems to be the way these things always go. I
right.
think we're going to be entering the fourth age before too much longer.
Well,
Things are
as a
changing.
scholar, I've always wanted to observe world-changing events, but world-ending events are sort of where I would draw a concrete boundary. Yes. Our anti-gravitational locus in the skies above Ugarth is secondary to the survival of the planet itself.
I will, as far as I can, see that the island is grounded gently.
Yes.
But I have no particular plan for that yet. I'm hoping to desperately improvise something once I see the actual situation.
Right. Yes. The effort required to that would be incalculable, but the preservation of life is paramount. The many people who live in this city and underneath it in the prison would be a desperate risk were this island to plummet unfettered from the skies.
Precisely.
From Zenith to Nadir in the blink of an eye.
Well, we're on a quest from Gad.
From whom?
Creation.
Oh, all right. Yes. Okay. I'm afraid I don't know her by that particular epithet, but yes. Sometimes great change must occur in order to secure safety and survival. But yes, the risk to my people backwards and self-insular as they have become should be minimized at all possible.
Well,
all I can promise is I will do everything I can.
Indeed.
the orbs are in balance, and if the orbs are taken off balance, it'll lead to destruction no matter what.
I have observed some variances in the gravitational constant.
Yes, gravity has definitely changed in many different ways. Objects floating randomly, and it's becoming worse. The seas rose before we captured the water orb.
There were some meteorological variations. Well, yes, I do recall noticing some alterations to the coastline.
So,
one of those was my ancestral home.
And then the forest grew when the orb of whatever, the tree orb, whatever you call it, the forest, the wood orb, I don't know what you want to call it.
You can't spell arboreal without orb.
Grew out of control without the fire balancing it.
I see. So you must gingerly extricate the threads, lest the entire thing unravel aforethought.
Yes, each orb has control of each thing. I don't think it's complicated. I don't think it would be complicated for you, but
I imagine it would be complicated for anyone.
It's kind of a leap of faith here. You're going off a leap of faith, so I don't expect you to be like, yeah, come and help us steal this orb that belongs to your people who live on a floating island that will probably kill millions. I'm taking a jab of estimations, probably thousands actually.
Yes, I am not. This wouldn't have been my first choice of a thing to do today. But my people are not good. Perhaps, should they survive this, the alchemy of this transformation will be sufficient to let them find that goodness once more.
Well, they probably have a good reason not to be the way they are, but they need to research their thoughts again. Because fear could be irrational and lead us to a thinking that's undoubtedly what we don't want.
It has been written that travel is the antidote to ignorance, that one cannot venture out into the wide world and retain one's prejudices when exposed to the facts and truth of existence. My people have remained self-imprisoned on this bobbing rock for time immemorial. It is time that we introduce some variables into the constants of their existence and undo some of their ignorance. But the cost cannot be their mortality.
Well, we better figure something out, because once we take this orb, it's going down.
What if the van were large enough to carry the islands to the ground?
I don't think it can go that big. Can it?
I don't know.
We have an airship.
Whatever vehicles you have, it is unlikely that their velocities are of sufficient amplitude to stay the plummet of a rock of this magnitude. But every little bit could help.
This is very perplexing.
I know not the configuration of the containment for the air orb, only that it is a subject of some mystery and discussion
You know,
among scholars in the highest echelons.
you know, the only person that has access to the air orb is a gentleman, a sky elf like yourself, who runs this island, of course. And the
Yes.
name of my wow, Mindartis. Minadartis. Is that how you say that?
Menadarsis?
Mindartis.
I mean, Darthus.
Mindarsis.
Yes, the proctor of the air orb would perhaps understand the mechanism of it, and perhaps we can manipulate that mechanism in order to land the island gently. It may not be so precise an instrument.
I would settle for landing it without much loss of life and without crushing any people underneath us as well.
Oh yes, absolutely agreed.
Well, it's
Simpatico.
definitely going to make a big
Is that
splash.
the reason?
By the way, I put the name in the Roll20 chat.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Mindartis.
Is this
Mindartis.
Parcher be amenable to reason?
He's a tyrant, and he's very popular, and he rules. He's kind of a
Now-
hard ass.
I am.
What is the
I have
success?
spoken at length regarding the conservatism of our peoples, and he is the very nexus point, the very heart of that conservatism.
He's basically Donald Trump. And if you want to go to an aspect, and the only reason you're around is because you're family members and you're being protected in some way. Feeding Matt information.
I have been privileged to be buffered against such things by
It's all political.
softer-hearted, more liberal-leaning folks, and I am grateful for them. I am, however, concerned that such sheltering will benefit us no longer when we step into Mindartis's island.
He lives in that tower in the middle of the lake.
He dwells atop a tower which perhaps appropriately resembles ivory. He is the uncontested ruler of this kingdom.
Hundreds and hundreds of years.
I don't suppose he has an heir who would be easier to deal with.
He has a son.
He does have a son. But I know not the son's disposition, whether he is...
He agrees with his father. He's a snotty ass kid.
He is perhaps sufficiently indoctrinated in the ways of parentage. He is not as easily swayed as we would like.
Not the ideal information, but at least we know what we're dealing with.
Indeed. Better to have information which is displeasing than to operate with ignorance.
I must admit, I was feeling slightly queasy at the option of killing the father to get to the son.
Yes. That would also not be ideal. Patricide and regicide. Poop.
Well, if you can figure out how to get to the orb somehow, and if he's the only one that knows where the orb is, we'd have to get the information out of him. And I imagine he's heavily guarded, of course. And he's probably pretty strong himself.
He would not have risen to such worldly power were he a pushover.
And I don't like fighting a bunch of guards and him just because we need the information. And even if we fight him and end up, we might not get the information we need. And then we'll be stuck in somewhere that we won't be able to. We'd be on a river without a paddle.
In less than ideal circumstance. Absolutely. Again, subterfuge, diplomacy, these are tools in our toolbox. But we can also employ violence should things come to that. They may well.
Well, we need to come up with some kind of plan. And we'll come up with that plan next time. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and hopefully everyone can hear me this time. Oh, my God.
I gotta tell you, listening back to last week's recording was weird without your voice. It's like those Garfield without Garfield strips where someone photoshops out Garfield and his dialogue, so it's just John Arbuckle talking to himself. That's kind of what it felt like.
All those conversations, that episode was totally botched. And I tried to look up, I tried to get on Twitch, right?
Yep.
And try to download the video, see if I can get the audio that way, and just cut the audio, take the good video and just put the audio into it again. Do my fancy work and all that. The nerd stuff. But it didn't capture the audio on Twitch either.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, buddy.
And Cross was able to hear me this time, so I don't know what happened. I'm so upset. I might as well just get rid of that episode.
Well, no. I mean, it still has some crucial moments in it that we could hear part of.
What about the last part with me talking to Smith with Kimball?
You can hear Jim's role play, and that was really good. You want to delete Jim?
Oh my
We
god.
did get a lovely recap at the beginning of this episode.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Yes.
It's fine. I was gonna keep it up anyways, and just joking.
It must have been disheartening. I'm sorry.
It was kind of upsetting, but not to know that I was talking to you guys and no one on Twitch and YouTube could hear a word.
That's our Halloween episode with the Ghost GM.
The Ghostmaster.
So Matt, I didn't know if you want to do like a side quest with me next time.
Sure. You mean with Quinn and Crumb?
Yeah.
Sure. So long as it doesn't detract from anyone else's experience. Yeah, we could.
Oh no, it'll be on a different day and whatever. We'll have to plan it out.
Oh sure, yeah.
But would love to see a slave rebellion. Respect the border when we need to see them.
Other people could play other characters too. Like we can have a side quest with Crumb and Quinn, and each of you could play like a Sky Elf in the rebellion, or a captive down there.
That might be fun.
Yeah, you'd have to make a new character.
My initial assumption was that they would just sort of go off camera for a while and then come back. Hey, we found the thing. But I would be very interested in playing out that story.
That's why I was we could totally do like that whole story where you two players can play temporary characters.
The spin-off comic.
Yeah. But
while
no, I totally
Wolverine
get
and
you.
Spider-Man were off doing this in Latveria,
Yes.
Jubilee and the Hulk were off doing this in New York.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Everyone, thank you for participating. Thank you, Chris, for live streaming Mario 64. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Peter, when you get to this. Hope you're doing okay.
Hi, Peter.
You all have a nice night, and I'm getting tired. And nerds. Now it's 2% more waffles.
Ooh, waffles.
Trying to figure out where the... Oh yeah, I gotta go to this, then end it. No! End.